Good evening, everyone. My name is Rob, also known as Munch. I have a few issues that I would like to talk about, and it deals with, and it has issues to do with Mr. Andrew, the Pandrew crew. You know, they sit there and they pick on these, and they thrive on other people's stories and things that happened to them in the past that is not a good thing. Um, I'm ready to just spill the beans. I mean, I have a lot of information about Andrew and the way he lives and how he sits there and says he's untouchable. Well, yeah, you know, Andrew, you are untouchable, but you have to leave your house. That's the only way you're untouchable is when you don't leave your little computer. You know, you sit there and you talk so much crap about I'm a mooch. And Dippy comes on here and says how I'm a mooch, and you guys refer to me as a mooch. Andrew, you've mooched all your life. When I first moved up here with you guys, I gave your landlord, I gave Phil how many hundreds of dollars to catch you guys up on rent. Multiple times I've cleaned your house, tore your stove apart, cleaned it. Your bathroom was disgusting. Your animals would shit in your laundry baskets. And you want to sit here and you want to degrade people? You should look in the mirror, my friend, because you are a lowlife. You don't work. All you do is sit in that house, okay, and mooch money off of people because you can't buy anything. You don't know how to make a dollar the right way. You go on YouTube and you beg for money. I don't need to do that. I know how to make money. So I've never mooched off of anybody. So I would advise you to just please watch your mouth. I've already confronted you once. Remember? I showed up on your porch and I didn't speak a word to you. And you were scared to come out of your house. And you called the cops on me. That's a pussy ass move, I'm sorry to say, because you're supposed to be this big, bad, untouchable guy. Well, guess what, buddy? You're not untouchable. You are by far untouchable. And your girlfriend lips? Come on. Pick better friends. Seriously. I have friends. I have friends that stand behind me 110%. Who do you have? Who do you have? You want to talk about being an awesome father? What kind of father are you? You didn't raise your two older kids. You didn't raise Hunter. You didn't raise Kaylin. I was more of a father figure to Kaylin than you'll ever be. Okay? I've given that child, I've bought that child more things than you'll ever imagine buying anybody in your life. So don't ever degrade anybody and don't ever consider me as being part of your fucking crew. Because honestly, it's not going to happen, my friend. We will see each other one day. That's not a threat. So don't take it as a threat because I don't threaten nobody. You know this. One day you and I will just run into each other. And then we're going to see exactly how untouchable you truly are. You know, because I'm tired of people running their mouth. It's ridiculous. You know, it comes down to, you know, you sit there and you say to yourself that you're supposed to be a man. You're not a man. Okay? Then you're going to sit there and say how I'm upset because Elisa chose the better man? Come on. Really? You think you're a better man than me? Wake up and smell the coffee, my friend, because you will never be a better man than me. Okay? I'm not the one that's getting evicted. I'm not the one that's been being evicted, and then you're going to come up with some bullshit about there's mold in that house when you've lived in that house for almost probably 2 years now, because I've lived in this apartment for 2 years. So get your story straight. Don't make your landlord look like he's a piece of shit. Because I've been in other buildings that he's actually owned. And they're actually pretty decent, to be honest with you. You were in a bind. You needed to move. That's what happened. You needed to take the first place you could possibly get. So be a man and just admit it. Don't hide behind your computer screen. I usually don't do stuff like this. But you know what? You brought me out. And now it's time for me to play. You want to be a big boy. I've offered many times on multiple lives. Come out and play in Munch's Sandbox. But you don't want to come out and play in Munch's Sandbox. Okay? Because this big bullfrog right here will put your little tadpole ass back in the pond where it belongs. Okay? I'm not somebody to run your mouth about. So make sure everybody else knows that. Because now we can get serious. I'm not in this to make any kind of money. I can give two shits about making money from YouTube, to be honest with you. I'm doing this for myself because I'm tired of everybody dragging my name through bullshit. All because I talked to Mama Bear and I didn't state no dates. But that was my honest opinion, is what I said. So if there's a law against that, then I'm guilty. But guess what? It's called freedom of speech. Once you learn that, you might be able to comprehend a lot more shit a lot better. So with that being said, I'll be back. Everybody have a good night now.